Good morning and welcome. This is Mama Jess in her workshop. It's an early morning because we need to get to work before the heat comes. This is the first day on the job with Mama Jess. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know to be a responsible, prepared worker. First thing, you need to show up on time. You need to be punctual. There's nothing more annoying and frustrating to someone who does show up on time to have to wait for someone who's bogging around. So do not be a bogger. Do not waste your time in the morning putzing around. You need to be ready. The night before, you should have your lunch packed, your water bottle ready, your clothes laid out. So when you get up, you're ready to go, you eat your breakfast, and you're on your way. So you have to really work on showing up on time. I've heard of some, I can't even remember what it's called, some kind of time syndrome or something, where young people now saying, they have a problem with getting where they need to be on time, and they're now calling it a syndrome. It's called being lazy and unprepared. So punctuality is number one, the most important. If you don't show up on time, usually the first time with me, I'm kind of already writing you off. So if you do it twice, it's over. You won't be able to work with me. Someone of my discipline and skill set, I'm not going to let you around me because you're wasting my time, and I don't tolerate that. So just remember, a lot of people who are late all the time never miss their flight to Hawaii. Okay, so I know you can show up on time, so that's super important. The second thing, like I said, you want to show up well rested and having had breakfast. Okay, so first, you don't want to be staying up late, no drinking or drugs, of course. And if you're doing that, you're not even in the game at all, and that I don't want to be around that. So when you're doing those things, you're missing out on being around people who are successful and skilled. So don't put yourself through that. So axe all of the addictions that are keeping you lazy and exhausted and burned out, and get some good sleep. It's really important to be well rested. You want to bring your lunch and have a lunch that is going to sustain you. Don't show up with a Monster drink or some other energy drink. That's not going to cut it. That is toxic to your body. It's burning up your adrenal system, and it's going to make you amped and then crash. And I need steady energy on the job site. The next thing is bringing water, but also I recommend making yourself an electrolyte drink where that'll have salt, a healthy sugar source. I put a little bit of evaporated raw cane sugar, just a little bit, and some source of vitamin C. So I do grapefruit or lemon, and that will sustain you with an even energy as well. Or a little salt in your water can help too. Especially if you're working in the heat and you're sweating a lot, you have to be mindful of that. The next thing, you have to wear proper clothing. So you already know that I believe spandex is bad for your health, and you can go check that out in one of my other videos. And you need clothes that are loose fitting, that will regulate your temperature properly, that are appropriate for for the task at hand. If you're going to be out farming in the blazing sun, you have to wear more like white to reflect that heat. If it's really cold, you have to account for various layers you're going to wear. For girls, finding work clothes can be difficult, just like finding any clothes, because they're so tight and they're so dumb. The pockets are basically non-existent. The zippers are too short. They're kind of like this low hip thing that they're wanting to fall down all the time. And everything's just spandexed. Everything has plastic in it. Everything's stretchy. I hate stretchy clothes because that requires that that it's going to be tight somewhere, and then it's indecent. So I recommend for the girls, what I have to do is that I have to go into the boys or the men's department to find decent clothes, decent work clothes. And this is not trying to be a man. This is that the clothing for women is too inappropriate and dysfunctional. So I find or I go into the men's department, and because I know how to sew, what I'm able to do is buy a pair of pants, and then I can put gussets in it. And you might be able to see that I have a gusset here. It's a little triangle piece, so that helps because women have hips, right? So we might have to modify the clothes and alter them to fit us properly, okay? Okay, so you will want to bring your tools with you. You want everything to be sharpened, and you want your batteries charged if you're doing any kind of building with a screw gun. You want to have personal protective equipment, which is just safety equipment. So I'll always have my ear protection right around my neck like this. Some people just have like little things that they can put in, but those get lost. So I recommend getting something that's a little more stable. Of course, eye protection and glove protection. Sometimes you need a mask depending on what you're doing, but don't show up and expect the employer to have all that stuff for you. I want you to show up on the job fully prepared, and you will be blown away with how people see you. You will be the bomb. You will be amazing, and you will be sought after. So pay attention to these details because they make a big difference. So you're on time, you have your lunch, you're fed, and you're ready to go. You've got your proper clothing on. Now it's a matter of listening to directions. So there'll be some project happening, and there'll be direction on how to do it. And you need to listen. You don't cut corners and go, oh, well, I know they said that, but I'm just gonna do it like this. I've worked with young people like that before. I'll work with my dad. We're doing a big roofing job. And the young guy, 16-year-old, is just impatient, flaky, rushing through stuff. Oh, let's just cut every corner. It's like, no. And I'd have to stand up like, stop it. My dad has a certain way we're doing it, and he knows what he's doing. He's been doing it for 50 years. So you better listen to him. I have to listen to what he says because he knows. So there are times to present a different idea for a problem, so like a problem-solving situation. But generally, if someone is well advanced in years and skill set, just know that they have a reason for why they're doing what they're doing, and don't show up and question everything and undermine them. That's extremely annoying and very insolent, and you don't want to be guilty of that. So then, if you are uncomfortable with something or you don't know how to do something, don't fake like you do. Don't just go, okay, yeah, I got it, I'm fine. Okay. When you don't, just say, I have no idea what you're talking about. I need you to show me again. Or I'm not comfortable running that machine. Can you show me? I need time to build up to that. And that's completely reasonable. And so within that, you can ask questions throughout. I have been in situations where the younger people were not comfortable. And I'd say, okay, I'll do it. I'll show you. And I know what it's like to be afraid and taking on a whole new gnarly skill set that could be dangerous. So it's okay to have some trepidation, but it's not okay to give up indefinitely and never try. Okay, sometimes it's just a matter of being around something a while and adapting and growing more comfortable with it. And lastly, I am responsible to teach you and give you instruction that is patient and kind and thorough. And if I don't do that, it's not your fault that you don't know what's going on. So I've been around people, they're workers, very talented people, but horrible teachers. And they would get mad at me, even though they didn't make any sense and they didn't really explain what needed to happen, and I was floundering. And that's not fair. So I won't treat you that way. I will respect you and I will treat you kindly, and I want you to learn these things, so I'll take the time to instruct you properly. So that's the first day on the job with Mama Jess. And I want you to be excellent workers, and I want you to be highly skilled. And these are the things you need to make that happen. All right, I'll see you next time. Get sane, get smart, and get skilled. All right, bye-bye.